Don't listen to what people say in life, watch what they do, and Democrats are panicking right now. It's plainly obvious that the midterms that they promised, their rabid, violent base that they were going to win because Trump's Satan and Hitler at the same time and the Antichrist, well, it's not actually working out that way. Virtually everybody says that Republicans are going to maintain control of the Senate, and now they may maintain the control of the House, that we've gotten rid of DEI congressional ghettos that Democrats have been able to draw for 60 years through lawsuits and abuse of the Voter Rights Act that was smacked down hard by the Supreme Court. And now it looks like Republicans will be up at least 11 seats. That's with moderate redistricting. If we go the full way, we could swing the House by nearly 30 seats if every single Republican state got on board. Things are so bad that Democrats are now calling for the head of the DNC to be axed. His name is Ken Martin. He's a complete goofball. He has also lied to the Democrat base, and everybody is saying he's got to go. He can't fundraise. There are tens of millions of dollars in debt. Democrat Party is broken, and is it about to break even more? Ladies and gentlemen, John Fetterman is a dude who, because he very tacitly supports Republicans here and there on little things and reaches across the aisle and goes on Fox News, he is being attacked and threatened, and people are trying to kill his kids over this. This is the absolute state of the Democrat Party. This is a man who is a Senate candidate, Raymond Chandler. He was arrested after leaving multiple voicemails threatening to kill John Fetterman's 13-year-old daughter, to slit her throat at their house. Physiognomy never lies. Look at how unhealthy these people are. Look how sick they truly are. And this is what John Fetterman has to deal with. And so you will obviously understand when John Fetterman says that the Democrat Party is a Marxist party, a communist takeover. They're trying to murder people. Socialist far-left mayors are destroying America, and John Fetterman might do something about it by switching parties. This, according to a brand new column in Politico, inside of the quiet Republican effort to flip John Fetterman, Pennsylvania Democrat increasingly is isolated within his own party. Republicans are trying to win him over. Republicans are offering to fund John Fetterman as a Republican running for office. President Trump is even calling John Fetterman and asking if he can switch parties, then he'll be safe forever. Political environment is curdling for Republicans. A quiet campaign to lure John Fetterman across the aisle is underway. Oh no. Trump has made the sell, offering his patented total and complete endorsement plus financial windfall to the Pennsylvanian. A handful of Senate Republicans are also gently feeling out Fetterman, responding to his concerns over the prospect of defecting from the Democrat Party. Multiple high-level GOP officials tell me. If Fetterman does flip, according to officials who were given anonymity to talk about the sensitive matters, it will be thanks in large part to a deepening friendship with a pair of senators. Dave McCormick, he's the other senator from Pennsylvania, and Katie Britt from Alabama. She's nice. Alabama senator. Plucky. Yeah, it's like nice senator. The first-term Democrat who has infuriated his party, hard line on immigration and staunch support for Israel, Trump nominees, and government funding bills. Most recently, the president's ballroom isn't yet persuaded. Fetterman says he's not ruling it out. Yet, at least in private, he's not totally rejecting dropping the Democrat behind his name. When one senior Republican recently brought up the idea of becoming an independent to Fetterman, he absorbed the suggestion and didn't outright reject it, according to GOP familiar with the conversation. In our interview, Fetterman said bluntly, "I'd be a shitty Republican." Okay. All right. What, ladies and gentlemen, will happen next? Oh, boy, here's the internet. Talking about Fetterman joining the Republican Party. Trump has offered Fetterman his endorsement plus financial windfall to become a Republican. Democrats, of course, are trying to take out John Fetterman. They want Fetterman to lose. They are going to primary John Fetterman. There's already people running against him in Pennsylvania. What do you got to lose, dude? Fetterman says he's staying a Democrat, but hasn't completely ruled the idea out in private. Actually, that's a made-up quote. It got community noted. He hasn't exactly said he's staying a Democrat either. Fetterman told Politico on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, people really need to stop trying to push Fetterman out of the party. He could make or break a majority in January. So Democrats are already freaking out about this. Fetterman is one of the few sane Democrats around, and I respect his willingness to call his party out. That doesn't mean he's a Republican. If Fetterman does moderate on some other social issues and actually starts voting with us, I would be fine with this. Republicans are saying, come on over, the waters are warm. Some people are saying he could certainly become an independent. We'll see. John Fetterman opens up about being the only Democrat in Congress to support Operation Epic Fury. It's the truth. Iran can't ever have a nuclear bomb. So what would this do? This would put Republicans at 54 and Democrats at 46, and that's including 2 votes that the Democrats have already stolen in Georgia. Those are supposed to be red seats. They've also stolen Senate elections in Arizona. Those are supposed to be red seats in those red states, dark red states, Georgia and Arizona. In fact, Arizona was the swing state that Trump won the hardest by the largest percentage. So that would be 4 senators right there. Well, what does that do? That puts you close to filibuster-proof majority in the Senate if you actually had fair elections. Yikes. A lack of competitive races means that control of the House of Representatives will likely be determined by fewer than 10% of Americans, and the winners in the districts all but assured to be a single ballot cast. Well, this is libs already admitting that they're doomed in the midterms. Here's what Pennsylvania registration looked like last April. Democrats gained, but only modestly. Silver lining is that Democrats' voter registration edge shrank by 36,000 over the last 12 months. So Republicans gaining registrations in Pennsylvania. John Fetterman hanging out at MAGA bars. John Fetterman was spotted out at dinner at MAGA icon conservative hotspot in Washington known as Butterworth's. What left onlookers gobsmacked was that he was dining with Steve Bannon, goodness gracious, at Butterworth's, and this is like a GOP hangout on Capitol Hill. Holy moly. John Fetterman angered left-wing protesters by waving an Israeli flag as he was leaving his office. Great troll. All right. Fetterman, I don't understand why it's controversial to say we need a secure border. I want to provide an American dream for any migrant, but I think that's difficult when you have 300,000 people showing up at our border to do that. Agreed. Bill Maher. Fetterman tells Bill Maher that he didn't leave progressives. Progressives left me. Correct. The party's gotten wildly radical. This is my absolute favorite John Fetterman quote. John Fetterman says that Trump's cabinet appointment is God-tier trolling of the libs.
To own the libs in perpetuity is God-tier level trolling to just trigger a full-on China syndrome to own the libs in perpetuity.
Okay. All right. Based Mike Lee says John Fetterman has become based after getting mental health treatment on our program. John Fetterman will not condemn Charlie Kirk. John Fetterman refused to be talked down to on The View, and he doesn't want to be lectured by The View. Good sign. John Fetterman constantly has used his position to body check the Democrat Party. Says Greenland should be taken over by force. Announces his full support of Donald Trump releasing the UFO files, and was the lone Democrat to vote with Republicans on multiple circumstances. John Fetterman sold us out, says libs, and that's why he's dropped 100 points in favorability. 108 points in favorability, huh? Dude ran as a Democrat and then basically took office as a Republican. So why not just go the full way, right? John Fetterman talking about private meetings with Donald Trump. Well,
He thought you were somebody you're not. Why don't you come in the meeting? So it was me, Trump, you, and your wife.
Yeah.
And the only thing I said to you is, this is off the record. I'm not going to tell anybody.
Yeah.
We can tell the story now because it was a long time ago. But
Well, I got so much shit for that.
Oh, big
it's,
time.
It's crazy. It's
Big
like,
time.
like I was invited to have dinner. Like that should be, that should be like, that's a good thing to have a good relationship with the president.
A lot of Democrats wouldn't think so. And here we go. Always pick country over party, says John Fetterman. The border was a disaster. Maybe he should run as a Republican. This is the message that Donald Trump had to John Fetterman that he wanted Sean Hannity to tell him. So, message received. What's going to happen next? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But this would be, you want to see a meltdown like unlike anything you've ever seen. This is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what happens. It's Whitney.